We live.
Yep. Yo, what's going on? It's your man Terrence J, and welcome to another edition of Toxic is the New Masculinity. I got my guys here with me again. I got my man Bossy here to my right.
What's up?
KY here to my left. And we got a special guest in the building. We got Miss Linda Noen here with us today. How you doing, Linda? Linda, I'm glad you've been heavily requested to be on this show, so I'm glad that you are finally here.
But I'm so mad because we're bestie. I should have been on.
Listen, we cannot live in the past like that, okay? So that's what we cannot do. We gonna keep this thing in the present, all right?
She already started off, right?
I see.
You know how they don't forget anything.
Nothing. Look, even when you make it right,
toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Even when you make it right, it's still yeah. And see this show. So watch this. So here's the thing. This show is called Toxic is the New Masculinity. To prove that men and their masculinity is not toxic, right? Okay. And you starting off toxic, Linda. I'm just saying. So the thing is,
chose revenge today.
Huh? We're not showing up. Because we only on YouTube. Send them to YouTube.
I can't do that, T.
Why you can't send them to YouTube?
Because you didn't give me enough advance time. I got people waiting on Facebook.
Oh well.
Then
hey, do them right. Tell them yes, you can. Put a deal on there and tell them to go to YouTube.
Because everybody not on. I got more people here than YouTube, but don't worry about it.
Tell them on there to go to YouTube.
But not just go live on. How are you going?
No, because the thing is hold on, y'all bear with us because wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, here we go. Boom. There we go. Key, I got it fixed, Key.
So now I got them next week.
I got them fixed right now.
On.
I got them fixed right now, Key. We going live right now on Facebook and YouTube.
So we'll let them know this is the last time.
So now, are you live on Facebook and YouTube?
Why would it be awesome? Now he's got to be able to do both.
See, you should be live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time because we got both of them going on.
See, I'm going to share.
So and we also need you to share. So everybody, go share and like the page. Y'all watching this live. This is live.
They just kept the woman out.
No, we don't do that around here. We don't do that around here because we ain't toxic. So you can go to YouTube.
She a troublemaker. Dog.
You can go to YouTube. You see it? You can go to YouTube and go to Toxic is the New Masculinity page on YouTube, and you can share it out right there. But the thing is that it is a play on words because a lot of time masculinity has gotten this bad rap. And a lot of times we have different perspectives that we might share with our women counterparts, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are toxic. What was that?
He's telling her to move her hair.
Oh. My bad. I'm just trying to run a show here.
I'm playing the producer and the host at the same time.
Anyway, so we want to have Linda on it. You know, y'all seen the show before where we've had different ladies on before, and we just have different conversations. And the topic today, which will flow into many other topics, is: are women ready for the man that they ask for? Now you gonna drink coffee. Ain't nothing left in that, Keith.
Boss, I always want to talk out there. Go jump on this one, bro. I'll be back. Let me sip on my coffee a minute. I'll be back.
I already told you my opinion is based on just my experience. All right, but I would say no.
No, under what circumstance? What do you mean?
Like,
plenty.
No, are we like a no and a half, or we a half a no?
No, 100% no.
So women. So you're saying women are not ready for the man that they ask for,
based on experiences I have. I do not think they are.
And in general, I'm gonna say this: most of the time, we hear them say the type of men that they want. It's one who has the emotional maturity. It's one who has their stuff together. It's one who pretty much is emotionally regulated. Someone who knows themselves, who is also stepped into their level to be able to provide, offer the security, offer the guidance, offer the leadership, all of those things in one. Those are, when you put that package together, a lot of demands come with that.
Yeah.
Wait, but you forgot.
Well, guess what?
Quality family time.
Guess what?
That's part of the package.
But keep at it. As long as you keep adding,
Yeah.
the demands start going up for what that person is going to require.
Listen, I'm okay. I told you my vote. Give me what you got, and I'll give it back with you.
Give me what you got, and you'll give it back with done. Now, so I'm ask you this. So with that being said, Now that some people could say that you don't have a standard for what they give.
No, I mean, I'm talking about cash.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we're mature enough to know that I'm not talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna match a. I stopped saying that because matching that. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna go that low. I'm just talking about all the good stuff that
Mm-hmm.
both men and women. But the problem with women, and I think with men, and I hate that it's always a men versus women thing. When I think
Yeah, gender wars is real. We understand.
I
Just go
know,
ahead.
Yeah.
but I just think that you say you want, but you're honest with what you want. You might want a guy that checks all the box, but then you still we need to include that. If that's what we want, we need to say, okay, I want a bad boy that does.
And you know what? The funny thing
But
you
that's
say
the
that.
problem because women don't admit to that. They just want this.
Here's
handsome
the funny thing about that.
guy.
I've always said, ladies, just be honest. Because you'll tell me, I want him to love his mama, go to church, do all this other stuff. And then you present that, well, he ain't got this. For guys, we're gonna say, I want her to be fine. We gonna tell you the
Yeah,
physical
it's the same
part.
thing.
Yeah, but we're gonna tell you the first part, which is the physical part, and then we start adding in what we want. Sometimes I have heard where ladies would name you all these things that sound good on a Hallmark card,
Yeah.
and then every time you present that guy, he's either not tall enough, he's ugly, he doesn't make enough money, he doesn't do this, and I'm like, no, be honest with what you want, no matter how bad it sounds. Be honest with what you want, because then it starts to become hypocritical. Like, no, you've had 2 or 3 of those, but you found something wrong with those. So do you really want that?
Right.
You know, and so when you say with the bad boy, say you want the bad boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That they don't specify what that means.
Yeah. But it don't
Okay,
sound
bad,
good.
Right.
And we know this.
Right.
A lot of times the things that people really generally want don't sound good on a checklist.
That's the problem. We always talk
100%.
for the Instagram. We always and want it.
But isn't that the human nature?
Not me. I don't give a damn.
Well, it
Isn't that the hu-
well, it is. It isn't. They don't make it right.
I'm not justifying right or wrong,
Yeah,
but I'm
well,
in the human nature. I can give you a Bentley. You just say, man, I've been wanting a Bentley all my life.
Can't pay for that.
But now when you start driving the Bentley, like, oh man, you know, like you said, the oil change, the brakes.
But see,
Or
that-
like, I didn't know you can't drive it every day. So these are the things, until you get involved in these things, then you're aware, like, you know what, maybe what I wanted in my checklist was all wrong.
that's primarily why I said in my experience, like you can give me any adjective you want that a woman wants in a man, regardless of what it is. I just use an example. Let's just say a woman says, well, I want a man of God, right? Let's just say she says that, right?
Mhm.
The problem is whenever you ask for something, you receive it, there's a level of accountability to maintain it.
Mhm.
And women, a lot of times, they want to ask and receive ultimately what they want, but
Mhm.
they don't want to be accountable to responsibility of maintaining it.
Right.
So, for example, if you say you want a man of God or a leader, if you just say you want a leader, right?
Mhm.
In every walk of life where there's a good leader,
Mhm.
at some point, a decision has to be made.
Right.
And at the end of the day, regardless about how his supporting cast feel, the
Mhm.
decision lies with him.
Right.
And with you with a female in a relationship, if she
Uh-huh.
says she wants a leader,
Mhm.
at some point, you two are not going to see eye to eye on a decision.
Right.
So you ask that lady, is when it comes to a difference of opinion, if you want a leader, are you willing to say, okay, this is how I feel, but the decision lies with you? Practically, women to say yeah until that situation happens.
Okay, big Babazi.
Mhm.
As a leader, and that's where the problem is. All defined. So as a leader, it doesn't mean what I say goes. It could mean that I have great emotional intelligence, great communication. So if you say, well, Linda, why? Then as a leader, I would take your perspective into the decision making or the final say.
Me and you on the same page right
So
now.
that's the problem with communication is people want to say, I'm the leader, what I say goes.
And that's not, just to be clear, because you're right. That's not a leader at all. But what I say is to emphasize what I said. Let's say me and you having a conversation, right? Not bossy and Linda, just man and woman. We having a conversation, right? To give an example, of what I'm saying, you say you want to go A. I say we should go B. You give me all the reasons why we should go A. I give you the reason why we should go B. Ultimately, what I am saying, like as a leader, the responsibility of the decision relies on me. And now I'm gonna be clear about it. Right. The results of the decision lies on me. So I take in everything you say, and then I say, all right, cool. I heard what you said, but since the responsibility falls on me, we're gonna go this way. Now, in this setting with me and you, we sounding like two intelligent people. That sounds cool. But in real time, dude with his wife or his girlfriend, and she's saying, well, we should do this, 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 and this. Dude say, okay, I hear you. Matter of fact, I like to go back to this. An example you're familiar with. Remember when we was on the phone, we was talking to that young lady who's doing COVID, right?
Right.
And the whole issue was she made more than her husband. The husband was literally saying to us in front of everybody, he was literally saying, she wants to buy a dress that costs X amount of money. He said we shouldn't get it because it's not like financially responsible, right? Her thing was, and I quote, tell me if I misquote her.
My money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My decision.
That's a problem.
Right.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So in that essence, that's a small example to a bigger problem. But that's what happens if the decision is made and it's not convenient for her.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, it's easier to say that when it's hypothetical and when you're in the heat of the moment, it's a little bit tougher. But I think for me, and my bestie's already said I'm my unicorn, so it's tough to kind of get the different conversations for me. But for me, it's also about how you handled my perspective. If you were dismissive of it because you're a nice guy and you're listening to my perspective, but then when you deliver it, okay, we're going to go with your route just because, then it's a little bit more defensive.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
a little bit more
For sure.
extra. But if I can honestly, spiritually feel that, okay, you actually heard my perspective and maybe you give me a little compromise, then we're great. But my thing is, in a relationship, we're not going to win all the battles. So as long as that whole relationship in its entirety can say, okay, he's taking my perspective and we went my way, and there are times where we went your way, then it's all about compromise.
But I think the thing is, when you talk about leadership, right? Because when we're in a relationship, no matter what you do, Linda, if everything falls apart, they'll say it's my fault. And you've been, one of your many hats, publicists and everything else, working with athletes. You understand the way that the quarterback has to go out on the platform after a win. He says, you know what? Keith ran some great routes. Bossy made some great tackles. These guys did this, and that.
But it all
After a
comes back
loss,
on me. Yep.
after a loss, man, I got to make some better throws. I wouldn't send the field. It has to come back down on me, right? And so I think even when Bossy was saying about having the leadership perspective to say, yes, I want to hear what you have to say, because you do have a perspective. You do see things from a different point of view.
Right.
I do have to take that in consideration. One of the most frustrating things I think ladies have to understand is this. You guys are in a frustrating position to sometimes see something and know that is right, and still have to sit back and allow that guy to make the decision.
Right.
And now here's the deal. It's also the art of communication. Because if we can communicate, and even though my lady across, she has a great idea, and I'm driving this point. If she knows me as an individual, she's move your point out of the way and know who I am. If it's important to you to save me, you'll figure out, you know what, this is not the time right now, but I'm gonna figure out how to get him to know this ain't the way to go, babe.
Knowing you.
Right.
That's a good point, because I'm gonna tell you, one of our past guests, we had on here before, he would always say, don't just know me on my bad stuff.
Right.
Know me on my good stuff.
Right.
Meaning that you know me in a totality.
Right.
If I know you, if she knows you and she knows, he don't respond well to me saying it this way.
Right.
Well, if I say it this way, it's going to make him defensive. We're going to be here. And sometimes I do believe that happens when somebody wants to complain about something.
Right.
You knew there was a better way to say it. no matter how you feel, sometime in communication, it's always incumbent upon the communicator to make sure the person they're communicating to receives their information.
Right.
Well, that's when you need to stop rushing into relationships. That's when the courting and the dating spaces happen. Because when I choose to say, you know, we are in an actual relationship, now it's when I know that I'm right, but I gotta kind of dim my light a little bit because you're the man of the relationship. So let me let you be right, and then we'll talk about it later in a respectful way. But that's when people are so damn in a rush. To
So
date.
But
how
I
did-
don't like dimming the light though.
Yeah, no.
But that's what I'm saying. Call it what you want, but it is what it is.
I think what he's saying, we're in agreement. Right? I heard what you said. Right. But what basically said is you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't
dim
have
that
to,
light.
but like Keith just said, she knows she's right. Or even with your situation where you said the woman has to sit in a position where she knows this is the right way, but she got to let her man make that decision, and he may or may not make that same direction. But we got to be like backing up our man regardless of what he says. So in a sense, that's dimming our light because I will never emasculate a man or be in a disagreement, especially in public. I'm like, all right, babe, now listen. Can we talk about this a little later? But I'm gonna agree with you. We're gonna look like a power couple right now. But behind closed doors, let me learn something for you. And I'm not sitting here saying my way is right, but baby, let me.
But see, that's
teach
well
me
received.
how.
So that's good communication.
Yeah,
and
that's what's lacking in this world.
And that's very much what's lacking because most women like, I got to get my point across.
Yeah,
you know, and it's I know him better than he knows himself, and I'm gonna tell him what he needs. No, that's not gonna work with a man. And you get more. I always say, and it's biblical, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
Well,
it's emotional intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You beat me to it. She was like, you say it's communication, right?
Yeah.
I say it's communication. It's communication with intelligence and maturity. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what's missing because, like in your example, right?
Right.
In your example, she may be right. She may be right.
Right.
There's two specs or example of maturity here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. I give you all the information I can, right? Mm-hmm. You make the decision. Mm-hmm. Okay. Two things happen. She's right. I'm wrong. Two things need to happen.
What's that?
And it doesn't matter what order they happen.
Uh-huh.
Right. Two things make, okay, you know what? I made a mistake. I need to own up to it. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
That part, I don't need to hear. I told you I was right. And if you're on one hand as a leader, if you're not able to humble yourself and apologize, that's a lack of maturity.
I'm smiling because I remember a story with me and you.
Right.
I remember me and him was playing football. I always talk about this story. And we beating the brakes off these guys.
Yeah.
Defense solid. All of a sudden,
you always got to bring up old stuff.
all of a sudden,
I knew it.
I was wrong. I said I was wrong.
He said it. He was wrong.
So I'm playing free.
He played 2 weeks ago. I said I was wrong.
But no, I'm giving you kudos on this. So he's telling me, what you doing back there? I mean, all of a sudden they dropping bombs and I'm scoring. I ain't talking about 2 or 3 yards. So I'm like, nah, I just covered him. Where did he come from? So I said, I'm back. I'm counting. I said, it's 5. I tell the linebacker who like he think Michael Parsons, hey, you got to cover him, bro. Quit rushing. So he getting on to me. Hey, man, what you doing back there? I said, man, it's 5 people on the field. He said, no, it's not. Cover your man. So I was like, so we about 3 scores in. I said, I tell you what, you get your ass back there and you cover him, and I'm going to play strong. We run out the field. They drop 6 on him. Coach, it's 5 receivers out there.
They got head keys.
So to bring that story back around, it's like that was like a friendship. Yeah. And he's saying and you put it in a relationship matter. It's like the two people. One person sees one thing, and I'm telling you this. No, I'm telling you this. Instead of saying, "Hold up, let's look together."
That, and a lot of the times too, women have to fall short of your man's ego. Meaning, you know your girl's right.
Yeah.
But because you got to prove a point amongst your boys, you got to be the man that's.
Oh no, that's an immature man.
But that's what happens a lot nowadays. No matter how old.
Really.
Yeah, no matter how many generations and age groups that I've dated.
Right. There's immaturity on both sides, but she's right.
He's got to show and flex, right? That what he says goes, and she's got to obey, right? That typical crappy crap.
Yeah.
And that's where women get to the point where we're like, all right, dude, listen, I'm only going to be around for so many of those. But if
Right.
I'm not going to emasculate you, don't do that to me.
But that's where
And that's the problem.
that immaturity comes in
Yeah.
at, right?
Exactly.
And because
And unfortunately, we still have a lot of that. We
Yeah.
still have the pettiness, the immaturity.
and my thing is, if I have to flex on my girl
Mm-hmm.
in public like that,
It's a
That-
problem.
that's a
before we
problem.
Get, it's a problem before we get in
that's
public.
a problem. And if there's a dude that's like, I'm gonna prove that I'm the first of all, if she's not doing anything that's making you challenging your manhood right there in front of other people,
Yeah.
for you to go out in that mindset,
Yeah.
you got a problem.
Right.
Because the
Yeah.
thing is, if you got a lady that's playing a part, right?
Yeah.
You got to play your part too.
Yeah.
And so, but I do know there are guys that do have that bravado where it's like, I have to show
That I'm in control.
that I'm in control.
And that's
And then my
the
thing
problem.
is, who was challenging you for your control in the first
That
place?
part.
And that's the problem. With the word you're missing there, what you're trying to emphasize is just insecurity.
Mhm.
There is nobody asking you to prove yourself, but there's something lacking in you
Yeah.
that makes you feel that you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna flip the script on this. So let me ask you this.
Go ahead. I
Got a
was
single
waiting.
woman right here. She says she's very qualified to be married. By the way, if
I
anybody's
am.
looking for a wife, come out at your boy. I'm an agent. I got it.
I got it.
Hey, no, but real talk is men. When we see a woman, we see exactly what we want. That's it.
Okay.
Now, once we get past the physical, now we're gonna get into your mental. We get the mental and say, okay. And if you're crazy, now we're trying to backpedal out of that thing. That's our mentality.
Whatever. Because half of y'all like the crazy.
No,
Because me and him talk about this all the time.
No, we don't.
My
we don't.
problem is I'm too damn
We
kind
don't.
and too damn nice.
No,
I don't even know how to
don't
be
like the
crazy.
crazy.
so-
We
I'm gonna put that to
We will
bed.
tolerate it. Depending on the level of fineness you are, we'll tolerate it. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't like
That's
it.
facts. We don't tolerate it for a minute.
That's on another page. We learn how to survive because of what we like. So
Yeah. We don't necessarily like the crazy.
we learn how to survive.
Yeah.
But
No, that part revs up the little cat and mouse
But,
chase.
but y'all check
BS
boxes.
games.
Y'all come in with us. Y'all come with us like we a used car. And if I put some wheels on this thing, and if I change the paint
Not
color,
me.
if I
I
do
mean, I
that,
probably need
it's gonna be all right.
But you know what? To that point, I always say the problem in relationships a lot of times is that men understand it's all downhill from here. Ladies get the guy and they look at the upgrade. And your disappointment come in the expectation that this thing gonna upgrade.
Well, you know why we go downhill? Because we're passive aggressive.
No.
Wait,
It's
y'all
all
going
downhill from here. Listen,
Okay,
What
but I'm not
do-
getting
in
married.
general-
If we're
in
going downhill, I'm not
in-
getting married.
no. It's all downhill for what we got. First of all, when you roll the car off the lot,
Appreciate.
it's all downhill from here, right? So the thing is, what I'm saying is, we like, in general, men are attracted to the youthful look, right?
Right.
The longer you with her, the further away from her youthful look she gets, right?
Well,
It's all downhill. Stop. Second of all, the older you get,
You don't reckon-
you're more set in your ways, or you're more cooperative the older you get.
Yes, y'all are setting y'all's way.
No, for us to the woman, is that woman more set in her ways or more cooperative the
For
older
the
she
woman?
get? Yeah,
she probably said in the way.
more set in the way the older she get, right? Men
Right.
like cooperative women, right?
Right.
All downhill from here. We understand these things are coming. It's not a surprise to us.
But they don't have to come.
no.
we accept it.
No. You even get more set in your ways. What I'm
I was
saying
gonna say,
is,
men get set in their
no,
ways too, yeah.
I'm not saying this
So
bad
what's setting
about
your-
ladies.
So what's setting your way? Because I grow.
Keith, I'm not saying it's bad about
No, I'm
ladies
not
or
saying.
men.
I'm just.
What I'm saying
Y'all get
is,
in a
the
routine.
older we get,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there are
it's a
certain
routine.
things as we start to just really get in. When you get into your routine, you get into your rhythm, whatever, you start rolling. This is what it is. What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna get with the woman and say, you know what, I can. She gonna get better. I can make her better. I don't
no,
like
we don't
this.
get in there.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Linda. If I can get her to change her hair, and if I can get her, no, we don't do all that. We say we're gonna get you at the highest point that our wallet can afford.
Y'all have done that to me before, though. But
Done
keep
what-
going,
what-
keep
what-
going,
what
but
happened?
keep going, but keep
What
going.
happened? No, when you got your wife, you
Keep going.
you looked at your wife and said, "Yep, that's it."
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Exactly what
All right,
Yeah.
a lot of times,
Mhm.
ladies will give the guy say he got potential,
Sure.
and what
'Cause we're
happens
nice.
is 10 years down the line, potential never realized, and then you're mad at the guy.
I think men
for
do the same
being
thing.
Who he is, the same time.
I think men do the same thing.
In what way?
Okay,
I don't think.
Let me finish what I'm about to say.
No, I know. Well, if you don't mind me,
All right.
I'm sorry. I should not interrupt. But let me say this. Just
Go
real
ahead. Go
quick.
for it.
the thing with T is basically saying men generally
Okay,
don't
okay.
look at women as a project.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
I'm saying.
We look
Okay.
at them as a finished,
Right.
as a finished product,
Right. Yeah,
not a
yeah.
project.
And
Generally,
What our problem lies is, and I'm with you on that, is generally, but our problem is, you see this woman, like, oh yeah, that's it right there, and we lock in on that physical thing so fast. It's like, okay, and then when the crazy starts seeping in, the red flags start going up. Like, okay, but just stay focused on that. You ain't gonna see
That
you
is
ain't
a
gonna
problem
get-
that
you,
men
You ain't
have.
gonna see too much of that.
That
You
is
say,
a problem
hey,
that men have.
You stay focused,
but
and them flags shit.
You confirm what we've talked.
Yeah.
about.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. But on our side is we neglect the red flags.
So do we.
Wait, you think?
Women
Yeah,
neglect
we
it all
do.
the
We
time.
do.
So let me
And
let
then
me
we
say
get
this.
to a point.
Shoot, the fact
let
that
me
you
say
said
this.
that women look at men as projects, that's the whole structure of red flag, red flag, red flag.
Yeah.
He's a project though, but red flag,
Yeah,
red
I
flag,
know.
red flag.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying on our
We
point.
the red flag
Yeah,
expert.
But
yeah.
no, let me say this. When you say that, okay, like you said earlier, we understand there's exceptions to the rule.
Mhm.
But when you say that, I'm having a hard time struggling with that because I firmly believe, you guys heard me say it before,
Mhm.
when a dude, to your example, when a
Mhm.
dude sees a woman, we
Mhm.
generally already know where we want her to be in our life. I
Right.
said it before. The red flags, when they come, like to your point, you said, well, red flags, all, but look at that. I would say that more or less, we're like, okay, I saw you here as a girlfriend, like, yo, that's a girlfriend type
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Then a red flag come, you like, she fine, so now she just dateable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she's just dateable. Or she fine and now she can drop from
but
there.
you know what
to-
though? But you know what though? And I'm thinking this. You talking about them red flags didn't really come out to that
Until-
marriage. Like, because once you locked
Is
in,
that what you're saying?
what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
yeah, boss, you right. You can start demoting like, yeah, this.
Yeah.
this- I ain't finna do this.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes them things come in after
Absolutely.
marriage,
Yeah.
and you're like, you know what? Let me just.
I'm gonna deal with it.
I'm gonna deal with it.
But is it because y'all rushed into marriage, or are you talking about still if you've been engaged, dating for X amount of years?
A lot of times, I'm gonna tell you this. I haven't known a lot of guys who pretty much rushed into marriage.
I know.
I'm
How did that work out for them?
I guess I'm
I
trying to
just
find
know.
because you can say
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they stuck it out, but they had to learn on the fly.
Okay.
They had to learn on the fly.
Now, see, and you know what? Because y'all know how I feel about my marriage. I'm happy as hell. I'm just being real
Right,
with it. I'm
right.
happy as hell, right?
How long have you been married?
I've been wife for 16 years.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. No, but wait, there's a caveat to that.
Why is there gotta be a but?
No,
Why
no.
can't that just be great?
Yeah, but this is the point I'm trying to make, right? Like, you've been knowing me 31 years, right?
Yeah.
So you knew me in my 20s, and now you know me in my 50s,
Right.
right? I got married later in life.
Okay.
So a lot of the
I'm in that boat
things-
now. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So a lot of the things that would have hampered me from getting married before didn't do. I was a lot better version of
you
myself.
experienced your life.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I was a lot
Yeah.
better version of myself.
Yeah.
All right, I think if I'd have married my wife when I was 20, I would have been
You would have been
horrible.
divorced.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I'd have
most
been
definitely.
Horrible.
I agree.
Absolutely horrible.
That what happened to
So-
me?
You got-
Maybe.
you got that too early?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm being real. You know, he had two. We was in our 20s. He was married with 2 kids.
Yeah. You were like, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
And I
So
wasn't the best influence on me.
Man
so-
of you enough to say that.
so
Yes.
but Linda said earlier before we started the show, she was like, I'm a great woman and I'm an excellent candidate for a wife. So
Right.
why do you say that?
Because I am I scored very high on the emotional intelligence, but I know my role, and I hate how some people will take that. But I know that I can be this independent woman, superhero. But I'm so excited to take that cape off, to yield it to my man. And I'm not in the streets. I love to be able to cook. I cater to my children. My priorities are about family. And I want to be able to yield that. So I will always, unfortunately, and I'm learning my boundaries now as a 44-year-old woman, but I'm learning how to support him as well as supporting me. Before, I would always put my dreams and goals on the back burner, make sure his company or him and his entire family is good, and then my boys, and then me. But I just think, like Bossy was saying, I mean, I've had 44 years of experience of being a single mom, so I've learned the life skills and the skill set of anything and everything that it takes to be a great wife. I'm a great friend. I'm a great partner, and I support. So
You are a great friend.
I am.
Yeah.
So I have a question. We talked about this today. Is it harder for women to date men with children versus
Meaning me having children or the men having children?
both? But we were talking about this. Is it harder for men to date women with children versus women dating men with children?
It depends on the relationship with the children. So there's
Mhm.
several different variations. A woman with kids dating a man with no kids, hard. Because typically that woman is done with having kids and the man wants one. So that's
Okay.
hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Two, for me, my boys are in their 20s.
Mhm.
I'm not really trying to pop out a fourth. But ultimately, I also have to make sure that the guy I'm dating is also aligned with my boys.
Mhm.
And that's where the hard part is.
You mean
Most men and women
align with you having 3 kids or align
be a
with
part
how
of
you-
our relationship.
Gotcha. All right.
Right.
So a lot of the times men
Mhm.
are like, I'm marrying you, not your family. Well, for
Mhm.
me, no, you're marrying my family.
Mhm.
Because I'm
That's a red flag. I tell you.
right, because
You
I'm
come in and
such
say, I'm marrying you, not your family. That's
that
a
right,
problem.
but
Right.
and that's a real thing though, right? So
Right.
my boys and I are the bestest of friends, and he'll tell you I don't miss a basketball game. I will go basketball game and come home and cook y'all a meal,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna make sure that I'm mom as well.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, it was harder for me to be in a relationship because men couldn't deal with my schedule of me supporting my boys. So
Mhm.
instead of being on the journey with me, like
Mhm.
you're doing too much with your boys. You're too attached with your boys.
Mhm.
So it is tough when it comes to that kind of relationship. Now, women who got it down to where they don't really care about making every single game and they know how to balance that, then
Mhm.
But I've also told you though, in her case, it would take somebody to get to really know you to understand your connection with your family, right?
yeah,
And I think what happens is in relationships when we're dating or we're dealing with someone, you have to really go to know the person, right? Know the person, meaning their background, their history,
Mhm.
because there's a little more understanding
yeah.
when I know what the background is and I say, oh, okay, well, I know
Why?
I
I'm so
know
attached to
why.
the boys.
And then what happens is you would have to come in and say, you know what? So you tell me the time that you would have for me, and then we could figure that out
Yeah.
because I know you're gonna do this, and that. And you can't be so if you're a guy who's super attachy,
Mhm.
yeah, if you that dude, it ain't gonna work
But
in your situation.
Yeah.
And you know what? 9 times out of 10, the problem is I meet you first
Yeah.
because normally you're not going to just introduce your kids to any and everybody.
Unless you're at a basketball game. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And I get to know you.
For sure.
So now I'm dealing with this personality. Now you bring your kids on.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I got to adjust. So now I got to deal with your personality in a different form now because you're in
Yeah.
mommy mode now.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with another personality. I got to get to know this person.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
So you don't even got to go cheat on me now because you got 2 personalities. In
well,
one.
no, I'm dealing with 3 personalities.
I mean,
I'm really
Wow.
No,
yeah,
look
so
at-
I'm dealing with 3 personalities. I'm dealing with on the man side over here. It's like
Yeah.
you're dealing with 3 personalities because, and in your case, you have 3 kids. So now I gotta adjust all this because
Yeah.
you understand. You're in a different mode when you're in mom mode.
For sure.
I met you in go out mode, single mode. So single mode, I'm like, oh, okay. But now the guy has to make an adjustment. Am I willing to go into this?
For sure.
Because now you gotta understand, I'm not gonna get that same person I met
All the time.
I won't. Yeah, not.
And you shouldn't though, because y'all will get bored.
Well, no. I think what he's saying is the person he met that y'all met at whatever event went out 2 or 3 different times, and he started to get to know that person. He's not going to get that person because you are now going to be a different person along with somebody else. That's what he's trying to say.
But yeah, that's wrong. First of all, it's a woman's responsibility and men's. It's a parent's responsibility to say, "Hey, listen, I have kids,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my relationship with my kids, and this is
Right.
what I'm going to
But
expect.
It's a little hard sometimes, Linda.
I
like
don't-
this.
What do you mean? What
Sometimes
is
you
hard?
feel like, especially if you got
Yeah.
older boys.
Oh
no,
yeah.
no.
So
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
you the son.
No, I
got
We talked about it earlier.
But that's the thing, though. It
Yeah,
is
you
my
got
responsibility
boys,
that,
too.
so it is my responsibility that says, hey, y'all, listen, I have 3 grown men who
Mhm.
may or may not look at y'all a little bit different. But the relationship, but trust in the relationship I have with my boys, that if I bring a man around,
Mhm.
then it's something serious because I don't bring them around.
Right. Right.
So then there's an expectation and an understanding from my
Right.
children's perspective as well.
right.
But again, that takes responsibilities from a
Right.
parent, whether it be a man introducing me to his daughter
Right.
or vice versa.
And I'm just giving you from a man's point of view.
Yeah.
Everything you said was 100, 1,000,
But it doesn't happen in real life.
No.
Okay.
No, you're right. But I'm just giving you from a man's point of view. And you telling me this,
Yeah.
that's cool. But you gotta understand, I still have to make an adjustment.
You do,
So-
but I have to be responsible enough to give you that upfront. What I hate about dating is, what am I allowed to say on the first date? What am I not allowed? What do we not discuss?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
said
You better put all that, whatever you're
you
thinking.
said
Right.
44.
I'm 44.
Yeah, there ain't no time for no.
That's what I'm
guessing.
saying.
I'm with you. Like, yeah, look.
Yeah, but what,
But
I'm,
I'm-
what I'm saying, you
but
can,
I'm
get, you
even
can
in my
give me
20s, I
all
was the
that.
same.
It's like you can give me all that, but till I get into the experience
Yeah.
of that, when I physically experience that. So now you gotta understand, it's not just you and me no more. It's
No.
you, me, and your boys. So
Yes,
now,
exactly.
and what I'm saying with this, and ride with me, it's like, okay, now I gotta treat you. I'm treating you differently in front of your boys.
Of course.
I'm trying to figure out your boys at the same time. You're a different person around your boys. You're not the same one-on-one as me.
I'm trying to. I'm
Because
sorry,
it,
I'm
We're the
lost. Like,
same-
what, like, okay, so okay, I heard what you said
Yeah.
about you meet her, you date her,
right,
and then she ain't around her boy.
Right.
She's a different person.
right.
What I'm trying to figure out is understand what is the hindrance or issue there, because I would expect
It's not an issue. It's reality. Of now I have to deal with this person. So I got to.
but I know that's what I'm saying.
Right. So
what-
I've been
what
on.
is the-
I've been on 5 dates with you.
right.
I've only been now. I got to catch up. I'm playing catch up, and I'm not saying
Got
take
it.
your
So
boys
what
off.
is the because you're making a point. I'm not saying I understand, but I'm trying to say, and you saying that, okay, she's one way when she dates you, right?
Mhm.
But she's a mother of 3 boys, right?
right,
And at some point in the dating, that it has to come up,
right,
right?
Yeah.
So when that comes up,
Mm-hmm.
you would have to like, and listen, I'm talking about 44 her now,
Mm-hmm.
not 24, right?
Right.
So when she said that, you would have to understand that there's a part of her life that's a mother
Right.
that's going to be different.
Right.
So what is the and your point? What is the
I will never
actual-
experience that until it comes live.
So,
You can
and
tell
so-
me
and-
all about it.
and what's
but
the
there's
what is
no-
the what's
so
the
you
pro-
don't know what that experience is till you get there as a man. I'm not
Right.
saying yours is a bad experience.
Right. Not saying
But-
it's a deal
Because
breaker. I get it.
everybody has different experience. Because I could go let's go a different route with this.
Hell, I gotta earn the respect of your daughters or your
right,
your
exactly,
sons.
exactly.
And I'm
so,
not gonna be your
but
mama
that's
and this
expect-
and the
I'm
other.
just-
So,
but I'm saying
Are you
is,
saying are you saying that's a problem? Or are you just stating that this reality just happened?
it can be a problem, and you don't know if it's a problem until you experience it, is what I'm saying. Because your scenario, great, but it's not always like that. You got some women like, okay, that's her boyfriend. Women will, especially with boys, that's her boyfriend. So now I'm dealing with, now you dating 2 people, whether you want to believe it or not. And listen to what I'm saying, because she's going to cater to her son, she's catering her son, and he can be 25 up at the house, and she's catering to him. Now, my practice as a man, like, okay, what's going on here?
But
and then-
would that be? I guess.
But
I'm trying to follow you, but I'm not sure I'm understanding where we're going, because if she was your wife, right, that would still be the same thing,
no,
he
it's,
wants
how
to be
would it-
served first, then the boys.
right? No, but she
because
she-
that's biologically, that's my son. We raised him together. We
But
were in
she
this as
still-
a team together. But me coming from an outside entity,
But even if y'all were married, right? If y'all were married and y'all have a kid together,
Uh-huh.
y'all do, right?
right?
there is still time where she's their mother with her son.
But you know what? But here's the difference. Here's the difference.
Yeah.
Her son, if that was his biological son, responds to him differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, so that's the point you're making.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying, so the issue is because she has boys that are not yours, right?
Yeah, and it's not an
gonna be-
issue.
it's-
That sounds so ugly.
Well, I don't know.
That's
the way
what-
to
I mean,
put it.
that's the rub.
The point. That's it. The
Right.
point is because she has boys, right?
Mhm.
That will look at you, no matter how they look at you. You are
Mhm.
not dad. You are not, for lack of a better term, an authority over their life,
Right.
And so you have to deal with that, and that can be uncomfortable. Is that?
Well, yeah.
where
Well,
we
that
going?
relationship has to develop,
Right.
and that
Right.
relationship is going to be slower than the relationship we have.
But let me ask this question.
But listen,
Let me-
that helps.
but this is what I want to know. Just
Yeah.
as a guy, and I've never been in a situation. I don't know about you, Bossy, but even you, KY, hypothetically,
Mm-hmm.
switching to girls,
Mm-hmm.
do you have more apprehension dating a woman that has all daughters or all sons?
All sons for me, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
My bodyguard.
There's something in me
Yeah.
to say I could charm the daughters.
Yeah.
Sons,
Yeah.
you
Well, daughters,
But I'ma tell you
daughters will
something.
look at you different than
Yeah.
son, because that's a bodyguard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something also. There's a fear that a lot of men have when now I understand we're talking about her sons are grown. I'm talking about younger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a fear that a lot of men have. Like, I don't want to be around any young girls that I don't have any
Right.
biological connection to.
Man, and I get that. I don't know if you remember the dude at the job. He actually married the woman, and the daughter didn't like him because she still had a dad in the picture.
Yeah.
And I forgot that guy's
It
name.
could create
He
some
had to go to
problems.
court
Yeah.
because she claimed that
He was doing things inappropriately.
inappropriate with her, and she had to come out and say, even after she told me she lied, he was still registered as a sex offender.
That's crazy.
Well, okay, well, and I have the very flip experience. I can actually call. I got an employee. I think I told you about this. I got an employee, right, who
Mhm.
actually has a daughter
Mm-hmm.
who just got engaged to a dude with 2 sons,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she's and let me give full scope. I have an employee, right? She was married.
Mm-hmm.
She just got divorced last year. I want to say it was like November-ish.
Mm-hmm.
After 16 years, she got divorced, right? The marriage wasn't great, but she always said that the relationship between her daughter and her dad was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
And just last week, she was telling me about how the new dude she with
Mm-hmm.
and the relationship with his daughter, her daughter is looking at him like not replacing her dad, but like this dude is on point because he makes up. She was telling me a story about like dude he lives like near Argyle, right?
Mhm.
She works down at 67 in Camp Wisdom,
Right.
right? And I think her girl goes to school in Arlington. Yeah, she
Uh-huh.
goes to school. Well, he drove from Argyle
Mm-hmm.
to the job. Now they're already engaged to the job to give her clothes and to bring her like a gift just to say, I'm thinking about you. He did that.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter's 11. Yeah, 11.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter's like, yo, this is bomb. He makes me feel special.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she got a good relationship with her dad. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think, I think that's a lot of is incumbent on the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, it would be if I had a choice of dating a woman with kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have girls.
Mm-hmm.
That would be easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because dudes, man, particularly if nobody's going to
Couple
replace
pair
mine.
of Jordans
See,
should be
sometimes-
all right.
right. I was about to say sometimes they
Couple
can
pair of
get in on
Jordans,
the
like, hey.
athletic space and just
Yeah.
be balling
But you know
with
what? Boys
them
are
and-
different because you gotta understand.
But it also
They decide when they want to have a relationship
For sure.
Yeah.
with us. Girls, like you said,
Didn't you see Baby
girls
Boy?
do, huh? Yeah. Yeah, you can put them. Girls are
Listen.
more.
Don't choose him over
because
me.
Right.
It's a
it,
man's
it all
presence.
comes down to how everyone was raised.
Absolutely.
It all
Yeah,
comes
you're right.
down to who
Yeah.
and how that parent set that tone
Right.
for these children and
Yeah.
whoever they're meeting, whether it be a new stepmom, stepdad, or boyfriend, girlfriend type stuff.
Mm.
It all comes down to parenting.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
those expectations.
Yeah, because and I think I think it like I said, it does matter when you have a expectation with your kids and you do have that understanding. And then also they have to be ready for mom or dad to be
Mhm.
dating, because
Yeah.
if
For
a
sure.
guy has daughters, the woman comes in, the girl is looking her all upside the head, right? You know, especially if she's got a relationship with her mom,
Mhm.
you try to replace mom.
Yeah.
So now that's a whole nother issue. And so I was just wondering, did it make a difference with the girls and the guys? Because sometimes that could be a mindset when you have that.
It does.
So, but now I know, you know, as we were talking earlier about, you know, are you ready for what you asked for? You know, even getting into the dating scene. You know, we usually ask the ladies here, you know, that come on the show, you know, how are the men? Are the men toxic out there? Since this is toxic, are the men toxic that you deal with?
What would you say? What would you say? This to his question, right? What would you say is probably the two things you come in contact, two negative things you come in contact with often in regards to why you're single, like with men, like
The sprinkle of narcissism.
okay,
You know, they have that control space. You met me this way, but now that I'm your girl, now I got to go wear trash bags and sweats
Wait a minute, what did
because
you
they
say?
can't handle
that yeah,
right?
that's
That's
something. Not your boy like that.
that. And
Yeah.
We'll call you boy out on the show.
I'm a text you.
Hold
talking
on,
about.
go back. You said you had to wear what now?
no, I'm just saying, if you met me this way and now I'm your girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
now you want me to wear sweatsuits and trash bags and things to
Trash bags. What you doing?
meaning
for?
cover up. Like I'm not allowed to wear.
Come on, Keith.
this-
Can't stay on with us.
Damn!
Stay on with us, Keith.
Right?
I'm like, why you got a trash bag on?
So and who got you distracted over there, Keith? Obviously,
I'm
somebody
like,
in
Keith,
your
you didn't
car.
understand what she
Y'all
was
need to
saying?
help him a little bit.
I'm like, why the hell you got trash bag? You trying to sweat it out? I was trying to.
Look at your phone.
Oh God.
And
Yeah.
then you know my personality, T. Like
Mhm.
I'm friendly, I'm goofy, I'm silly. And men can't necessarily always handle that.
Yeah.
I've got to all of a
100%
sudden
like
now
that.
be a
Yeah.
whole non-bubbly, non-friendly person.
Mhm.
So it's those two things for me that makes it difficult at times.
Yeah, and you know,
That- I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, what I was saying because
And
I-
I do change. I mean, I'm very mindful.
yeah, because I
But-
think a lot of times when, you know, for
Not my
guys,
clothes, but
we do. There's a Are you
Y'all-
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm good.
There's a lot of times when we have, you know, with our ladies, you know, it's just this, we got you, we want to put you away now, right?
yes.
Because here's the thing, we like to take
Think of that.
we like to take the chum out of the water.
Yeah.
Because there's sharks swimming around, and a lot of times we like to remove you out to, and
I
that's
have
the
never-
mindset.
Man, hold on.
I have never had
who
that.
raised you?
bruh.
No, ain't no
Bruh,
way, bro.
Okay, so, like,
I
take
have
this for example, right?
Never had that problem.
No, not at
Never.
all.
I literally don't understand that. When I see dudes, then I get, and I'm with this. I get a dude disrespecting you
Mhm.
Yeah.
and your presence of your woman there. But I'm listen, man.
Yeah.
To me, my any girl I'm with is fine to me. She gotta be fine. She's fine to me.
Yeah.
Right. I don't never want to be with a chick that when I walk outside with her, I'm the only one attracted to her.
No.
I know. I'm
I
getting
wasn't
there.
saying that.
You know, I'm getting there,
Yeah.
right? But she's saying like she's saying like a dude meets her, right? Like this. And then when she go out, he wanted to cover all that up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Or
That's
don't
what
go
they-
out at all.
No,
Yeah, I don't go out at all.
But
But you
that's
know,
why I'm saying your boy, he used to call me. I'm telling you, dude, he used to call me. Like we would go to clubs together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is not you, but you get my point.
Yeah.
But girl got literally a G-string on, right? And that's who he go with. Then he would call me a month later saying, so-and-so at this club with so-and-so dressed like this. Let's go beat this. No, dude, that's you dated her like that. You know, what are you calling me? You dated her like that. You know what I'm saying? I was with you when you found her.
and that's what you want. So
Exactly.
don't change up the
Yeah,
game now.
don't be changing it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've never understood that, man.
I don't get it, but I'm the clown dude.
Yeah.
If if my girl in there half dressed and she looking fine to me, and some dude hollering at her, I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna watch for a minute. I'm gonna walk over there and kiss her. Say, hey,
Exactly.
No,
you want to drink?
Hey,
Hey,
I've been there.
I'll call my wife right
And walk
now.
off.
I call my wife right now.
Mhm.
She say I'm weird like this. I call my wife right now. When we out and she dressed up, I will leave her by herself just for somebody to holler.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's funny to me.
I've been in a
She would tell
situation.
you that.
I've been in a situation where me and my girl had got to we were one store going to another store. Well, we were driving two separate cars. So by the time I pulled up, it was a dude already at the window.
Exactly.
I walked to the passenger side.
This is what I'm saying, dog.
And so he was on the driver's side. He said, "Oh, is that your guy walking up, sneaking?" No, he said, "There's your guy sneaking up." I said, "Hey, player, 300 pounds. I don't sneak nowhere. I was just gonna see if you had a good game."
Exactly.
Hey, see what you could, because I don't trip over that because I'm like you, boss.
Yeah.
I really don't want my woman to go nowhere and everybody like, yo, she ain't worth looking at.
Yeah, that's what
They ain't. Otherwise, what I choose her for, right? So that means I can't get mad when if a dude say, "Oh, my bad," I'm like, "Hey, man, you didn't know you doing what you supposed to do."
Okay, but that's fine. But are you okay with her going by herself with her girls and having girls' night?
Yeah,
That's the problem where I get my.
If you don't have girl night, that means you must be my football.
And then on top of that,
you always with me.
Right, but then on top of that, they're like, you can only go out with married women, or like don't like.
let me tell you
I'm
something.
telling you, when it's
really like that.
You've been a woman all your life, right?
Yeah.
This is something I learned real early. Male or female, there are so many opportunities to cheat. If you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat.
Let me break this down. Let me break this down for all the people out here worried about all that. When you talk about cheating, more cheating goes on 9 to 5, Monday through Friday than any other time. You know why?
100%.
Because you are supposed to be somewhere.
Yep.
Exactly.
On the weekends, it's hard to run over. I'm gonna go hang out with old girls Saturday night. No, Monday through Friday, you're supposed to be at work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
You're supposed to be in town, but you in a whole nother town.
So sound like you got experience with that.
Sounds
like you got experience with
I
that.
am not playing with you, bro.
No, wait.
We're not going down that rabbit hole today. No.
Oh.
We're not going down that rabbit hole.
You got to tell them the story.
No.
Apparently, I opened a can of worms.
Shut it down. Where the button? Shut it down. We were talking about this story off air.
Hey, what y'all got to understand?
See, they're never going to invite me back.
What y'all got to understand? This is 30 years right here, okay? They got a lot of inside stuff. I just got privy to
I
this
just met
last
him
week.
like 30 minutes ago. I'm out of this.
Yeah, so, but the thing is that when you start talking about, you can only go out with married women, what you're telling me is, I don't trust me. I don't trust you, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that I have to be able to trust you to go out with married, single, or whatever. Why? Because you can do what you're gonna do when you're gonna do it.
Regardless.
And I'm gonna tell you, there's a single group of hoes and there's a married group of hoes. Married and single don't mean nothing because there's a whole bunch of married girl trips where they go out.
I will be more. That's what I'm saying. I would be more worried. So I work with churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been cussing.
And one of the,
we got water. We're gonna wash you down. In the name of the Lord, we're gonna put this water on.
There are Paul's in ministry, right? And then there's Jacob's. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, one of them, they have a policy where if you're single, right, you can't, like if you're single opposite sex, you can't go to lunch together, right? However, I would be more concerned with if I'm that kind of person who's worried about a wife cheating, I'd be more concerned her going with a married person.
Yeah.
You know why? Exactly. You know why? Neither one they have everything to lose.
Yeah.
Right. And that's more the relationship of convenience because it is what it is.
Yeah.
If one person's married, another person's single, that single person wants to occupy your time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you both married, then this is just this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know, bro, because I ain't gonna lie. When I was married, I was like, one time I asked my ex, I said, what their husband doing? And they hungry. I'm like, she be yapping on the phone all day. I'm like, you know what? Then about time for me to get off work. No, off work. I mean, go to bed. Then she want to hang up the phone, want to talk. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm gone. And like the person you talking to, one day I just finally said, are they happy? Because y'all got a whole, to your point, if it's two married people, you understand each other's time. And my deal is,
I'm just saying, she, I think you said that one of your guys told you just be around married people, right?
right.
And I'm saying, to me, that's a more opportune time because married people, like, they got a lot invested. So all it is about is cheating.
I see it.
Well, and I guess I went a different route because a lot of times, but you have some married people, especially women. My deal is, bro, if you walk in, if me and you on the phone talking, and you walk in the house to your wife, hey, bro, I'll holler at you later, go handle your business. Women, tell me if it's true or not. They'll continue to talk.
Well, that's their environment, dog. Women are going to talk.
But you gotta understand, that's a passive aggressive way to me because you gotta understand. Because it's respect on the other end.
No, it's not respect. It's not respect unless a conversation has been had for expectation.
Right.
If you have not set expectation, it's not a disrespect because you cannot expect someone to adhere to what's in your head. Right. We complain about women.
You missed what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's disrespect on my side. If I continue to talk to this man,
how? There's no expectation.
But if there's no conversation,
okay, hold on. Everybody freeze 1 second. Yeah. I'm saying on responsibility on my side, if I'm talking to my boy, you've been on the phone, we ride when you've been talking. You get to your family, it's respect, man.
It's family time. I get it.
Family time. You got people just walk over there.
I understand. But you cannot have expectation without conversation. Because what happens is
you don't have to have a conversation with me.
No, you and your wife.
You and your wife. You and your wife.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not talking about his end.
I get that part.
I'm not saying his end. I'm talking about from my end.
On your end.
On my end. I'm the dude talk.
You walking in your house.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to him.
You talking to him.
He's walking in his house.
Okay.
So
out of respect of our friendship,
he needs his family. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, go ahead, handle your business.
I get that, but what you was talking about, how women keep talking.
I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying, and I'm saying that woman on the other end talking to her when she walks in her house, respect her household.
That's not her responsibility.
I don't.
Wait.
That's not her responsibility.
I'm not talking about her.
No, the homegirl on the phone with your woman.
Yeah,
that's not her responsibility. No,
that's disrespect.
No, it's not.
That's disrespect.
How?
Because that's her time for her family and her husband.
If she don't care about her time or her family,
but that's the thing.
I don't. Let me. You know what? I can still say, you know what? Go in and handle your business.
Keith, disrespect only happens where rules aren't set to set expectations. You can't disrespect somebody if you don't know it's disrespectful.
But it's also
you can't. It's how you raise, bruh.
But it's also the first responsibility and accountability is on me to you. If I'm your wife and I'm on the phone with my homegirl, I'm all right, babe, I'm at home. Let me talk to you later. Let me go with my family. It's my responsibility, not my girlfriend's.
Okay.
I get what you're saying out of the principality of respect, but ultimately the responsibility lies on me and you.
Right.
It's up to you to tell him.
When you step in that house, it is.
And then at the end of the day, it's like, all right, homie, I got home. Let me get to the wifey, or vice versa. Let me get to the husband.
Right.
It's our responsibility, not the friends. Regardless of how respect goes.
So did you have a problem when this happened? Who did you have an issue with? Your ex-wife's friend or your ex-wife or both?
Both.
Because
it was both. It was both.
The friend didn't respect.
But the friend doesn't know how the house is governed.
Yeah.
So therefore,
I don't.
It's
but
up to,
and maybe y'all missing it. It may just
no. I get it. That's what I'm saying.
It's how I was raised.
Right.
You respect another person's household,
but I'm not putting how you was raised on everybody else.
I'm not putting it on there. I'm just saying.
But you are, because you said it was this. All right, I'm sorry.
I'm saying if I'm on the phone,
yes,
bro. If you're on the phone, have you ever had somebody on the phone? Hey man, I'm gonna holler at you later. I gotta do this, and they still talking. You ever had that before?
Yeah.
That's that same thing I'm saying. You know what?
Yeah.
Hang up the goddamn phone, bro.
But it's still your responsibility.
You're the one walking. And everybody can do it however they want to do it.
This is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. Just in my house, because that's what I control. Was in my house.
Right.
My wife has a thing about when I come in the house to kiss me, but She wants when I come to the house.
Mhm.
That's what she wants.
Right.
Right. That's what she wants.
Right.
If I'm on the phone with you, just at my house,
Mhm.
if I come into the house, right,
Mhm.
my wife don't care how long I talk to you.
Right.
She literally don't.
Right.
As long as I kiss her on, but that's something she established.
Right.
She said, listen, I don't care. I got a big thing about hellos and goodbyes. This is what she said. I got a big thing about.
Right.
She says, when you get up, you ain't got to say nothing to me,
Mhm.
but just tell me goodbye. When you come in the house, give me a kiss.
Got you.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's only disrespectful if I know that and I don't do it.
That part.
But here's my issue. Here's my issue though, KY.
Okay.
How you have a problem with the homegirl?
That's what
You ain't in a relationship with her.
I have a problem with her
How she
because
was raised.
big dog, listen to what I'm saying. Everybody slow down for a minute. It's not, yes, it's responsibility. I'm just gonna use you for example. Yes, it's responsibility on her side. But you know what? And this is why I said, when do we stop promoting bad behavior? Bad behavior is her, hey, you know what?
But
Let
what
me
you said,
finish.
that's arbitrary, though,
Let
man.
me finish what I'm saying.
All right,
Okay, if my homeboy, every time I'm in there and I notice, I'm always on the phone with his bro. I'm taking up his family time. If that's my boy, I'm gonna say, hey man, bro, I'm gonna shut this down. You know, I'm taking up a lot of your time.
You know what he said? Hey man, my wife don't care because I kissed her.
Exactly.
Okay,
You don't know the rules.
Okay,
Right.
but I'm just saying, bro. If he tells me that, that's a whole different scenario. But I'm just talking about out of common respect, bro. And maybe it's just the way I was raised and where I was from. Out of common respect, you respect a man's household.
Okay.
But
okay.
watch
Watch
this.
Now he can tell me, bro.
How it, here's what when you say
I get all
respect.
that.
When you say respect somebody's household, I get it. There's rules governed for that house.
Yeah.
For
Okay, bro.
that
It's
house.
like okay. It'd be just like you just said. I was a bad influence on you when you was married. What if every time, hey, bro, let's go out. Hey man, I'm with my man. Just come on out. Don't worry about it. Then next, hey, bro, come on, let's go
Yes,
out.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
taking
And
up
you know
your
what?
time from your
no,
family.
And here's what I'm telling you. An example you gave, right? Because your ex, I was friends with her. She was family, right?
Right.
She didn't like me asking you to go out, which was disrespectful of me.
Right.
Because she established that.
Right.
All right. So on the other side, it could be like, like you, right? Linda can have a dude. She don't care if he going out.
Mm.
So if his boy asks, say, hey, you know, I'm going out. If they've established that she don't care about that, that's not disrespectful in her house.
But I'm
that's
not
what
saying
you-
it's a cookie cutter situation.
No, I'm not
But
saying
I'm just
cookie cutter.
saying-
I'm saying that you cannot issue disrespect if the rules of respect haven't been established.
Right.
They're
Okay.
not the same for everybody. They're
Well,
not.
Hey man, it's
And
just like
here's another thing that we failed to realize. Maybe the homegirl did say, "Girl, you at home," and maybe the wife said,
Keep
that's
going.
a possibility. Yeah.
"So you mad at the homegirl who you have
Oh,
no time with?"
Hold. Let's pull out the word mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying it's a disrespectful move because you know what? I'm gonna get out the phone. If that's my sister and she get home to her family, I say, hey, sis, I'm gonna holler at you later.
Yeah.
Call me back. I can say call me back later when you settle in.
But you know
That's
what?
just a grown man move.
But
But listen, what you're saying is not wrong, right?
Right.
What I feel is wrong is you're putting your views of respect
Mhm.
on other people. You can't do
Okay.
that, boss.
But this is the thing. If I'm in a relationship and there's a whole household to respect, anybody that I'm on the phone with will already know what the governed rule
Right.
is. They're gonna know my character. They're gonna know when Linda gets home, it's all about family time. So we're gonna get off the phone.
And you
So
would
it's already
establish that.
established.
Right.
Right. That's what,
So when you bring up
100%.
these hypothetical, it's kind of one-offs and it's not genuine reality because if I know I'm talking to Terrence and he's walking in, me and him already have a relationship. He's cool.
Right.
Wifey's cool. I know T and all them. So it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if it's a new relationship and nothing's been established,
Mm-hmm.
then it's still
And-
your
and-
responsibility.
and
It's
we
still your
we
responsibility.
have sometimes she's like, hey, you cool? It's like, oh yeah, I'm cool. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We have these conversations, or just like anytime when
Because
you
he and I
like,
can be on the phone for 2 hours.
yeah,
Easy.
and then you could be like, hey, let me get these boys here. Boom. All right,
Yeah.
cool. You know, and so it's an understanding that we have set through this relationship,
Yeah.
and I think like you said, my boys do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I heard you at the crib, man. I'll holler back at you, right?
Right.
Mine do that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not disputing you on that at all.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, because so I understand that to 100%. I just think that sometimes we have to make sure, like you said, promoting bad behavior. There's only one person that's responsible for that bad behavior, and that's whoever you have in that relationship.
Right.
But I'm not saying you didn't. If you never say, "Hey, can you do me a favor and end your conversations before you come in the house?" Because
I did it. I know.
I'm saying,
yeah, I did.
Now,
And that's something you
now
left
wait,
out.
now wait. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
did
didn't
it.
say that.
That makes
I did
Yeah, you
it.
say that.
I
That
did
makes
it.
a whole big difference. Wait.
Damn, we've been saying the same thing for the last 20 minutes.
And then wait a minute. Then Keith realized I'm putting a lot of gas in the car because she's circling around, finishing her conversation. Hey, I see you on the ring cam go through the block 20 times.
Yeah.
You
Like
said don't come in the house
360.
until I was done talking.
Hey, you tripping? You tripping?
No,
So
I'm
what
in
she
the
started
garage,
doing?
in the garage,
She was sitting in the
car.
garage. I'm like, I got her in the car. I was going about there. I'm like, hey, I was like, and figured out she was sitting in the car
Because you
in
said
the garage
don't
instead of coming to the
don't
house.
come into
I was like,
conversation
I said,
now.
hey, I just said, talk.
Talk.
Hey, my deal is talk. But when I'm ready to shut it down or I'm doing something,
Yeah.
don't come at me now.
Yeah.
Because don't put me on the back burner. Because you got to understand, as a man is a feeling for me anyway, I'm just going to talk for me.
Yeah.
That's showing me how important I am.
Well,
now, he acknowledged his
But
wife.
you already established that in your relationship, in your marriage. So she should know.
So if every time if you was cooking and doing everything, you cooked, it's time for dinner, and I'm talking to T. Yeah. And then I'm eating. Go ahead. So
it's gonna be a problem.
So the same thing. I'm just saying it's it's established in each household different
Yeah.
ways. But would that not be like putting you like, you know what? I'll get to you in a minute.
It just depends. Again, it's all about communication.
Yeah.
Understanding.
Right.
I mean, if I'm married to you, we've got a bond and an understanding. I'm not tripping over a few more extra minutes. But it's listen, I'm not about to warm up your meal. You better go take it to the microwave. I'm gonna serve it to you.
And maybe I'm
when you're ready or whatever the case
because my
is.
deal is that if you was over that stove and you cooked that dinner and it's that place on the table, hey bro, let me have
If we have a set routine and habits and pattern, yes.
Man, I think I've been too respectful. I'm about to be disrespectful up in here. Shoot,
you can be flexible and still be respectful.
Nah, I'm gonna be disrespectful. I ain't just play.
Oh man, but listen, then that would be toxic. Linda, before we get out of here, is there any last things you want to say? First of all, I usually ask these questions.
Oh damn!
But I'm let me ask these questions first. Do you believe that masculinity is toxic? Do you believe we were toxic up here? Did you feel hurt?
No.
You didn't feel hurt?
Or hurt?
Heard.
Oh, heard.
Oh,
yes.
she was like, no, y'all ain't listened to me one damn time.
Hey, that's some country. Heard?
I said heard.
Oklahoma came
Right, I
out.
was like, hurt or heard?
Did you feel hurt?
I did feel hurt.
Okay, cool. Is there anything you wanted to leave us with, promote, whatever? Tell us about your VIP lifestyle or anything like that. Red carpet, backstage, whatever.
But anyways, no, I think masculinity and the toxicity goes both ways, and we just have to both be mindful because there's women that are not feminine enough. They're too tapped into the masculinity side, which can add toxicity, and we just have to do better as human beings.
I like that. Give a shout out to some people on the
Nobody at Q&A. No, just
yeah. No, we're gonna do a Q&A today. But you know, the thing is that I think it is something that everybody can really work on as far as whatever, because like you said,
being honest too.
Shout out.
Stop saying things that we want to hear.
Oh, okay.
But we just need to right. We just need to stop. We just need to
right there.
right. Like you can't give a shout out.
Thank you. That's what I said. I ain't got nothing.
But no, it's just being honest and not being afraid to communicate. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah,
our relationships is I'm scared to hurt your feelings, so I won't say what I really am thinking, or vice versa. And I just think we need to be able to trust that bond and relationship to say the ugly things and still be able to love and respect afterwards.
And have a nice safe space to be able to be honest.
Yeah.
Shout out to people, KY. You got them. I don't know who they are.
Oh, see, now you're going to get this.
Now that's That's just damn
That's
toxic.
what I'm saying.
Very
Hey,
toxic.
he said,
It's the new
he said,
masculinity.
shout
Hey,
out.
It's masculine.
Hey, shout out to who?
Well, you had the screen. I thought you could see, bro.
I
Okay,
said, I can see.
hey,
They can see. You right there. They can see you.
No, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
hey,
I-
shout
Shout
out to
out
everybody
to
who did the
everybody
show
who
today.
took the time
I'm done tonight. Shout out.
to listen to us
Please.
argue and debate. Mr. J.
Hey, listen. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this edition of Toxic is the New Masculinity. Y'all know it's just a play on words because masculinity is not toxic when done the right way. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. From my man Bossy, KY, and our special guest, Miss Linda No, the famous one. We'll see you guys right here next time.
That was a good one there, bro. That was a good one.